You know what air pollution is? All that stuff outside, all that haze you see in the morning, and you go to other countries like Mexico City, haze start about 8 o'clock in the morning and kind of like vanishes at 9 o'clock at night. Do you go to New Delhi? It's haze. It's haze. And that's all pollution. That's all people breathing in. That's why it kills an extra 100,000 babies a year. Mexico City says, this has been going on for decades. It's 100,000 babies die of air pollution in Mexico City a year. But the Mexico City is sitting in this volcano depression, and they've got 20 million people in Mexico City and around. So, but in your house, as in my house when I was growing up, above the kitchen stove, we had a bunch of filters. And when you cooked, you turn on the filter top. This is the same thing in a restaurant, but a restaurant, it goes out a special. You got your stove, and then you got this blower or sucker that basically blows all the fumes out. And that's eliminating a lot of air pollution. Of course, that's producing air pollution. A better effect if I live west of O'Hara Field in Illinois, and people who live east of O'Hara Field, they're sucking in pollution like you wouldn't believe. Yes, breathing in air from O'Hara Field, it's all jet fuel, literally, yeah. But let's talk air pollution. Inside your house, every time you cook, you're producing pollution. Even if you're catching this stuff, unless you have this stuff going out. And you've got dust pollution. You remember you got a furnace that sucks in air, usually on the ground level or in the basement, and it blows hot air out to the rest of the house. And it has these big filters in the thing. And usually once a year you change it. Sometimes people change it once a month. So up to you. Some people don't even change it at all. So everything gets clogged. It is something like lint from your washer. You have a washer, you have a dryer, okay? And the dryer is you have a lint filter, and you're supposed to clean the lint filter, and if you don't, you're asking for a fire. But that's, a lint filter. And that stuff is in the atmosphere. If you have rugs, artificial rugs, you're getting fumes off the rugs. Depending on what type of clothing you have, you're getting fumes off of your clothing. You're breathing in dust. Your skin particles, dust particles, dust mites, cats and dogs. You have animals coming in, children bringing in the outside. That's all your indoor air pollution, and it is a pollution thing. That's why you go to shopping malls, you have air being sucked out of the building. Office buildings the same way. You have office buildings will change their filters once a month, or once every couple of months, but they do change those at a certain point each depending on the residence. And what you're doing is you're cleaning the air inside the building. You have air for your furnace, right, blowing, but then you have air circling inside your building. They have filters cleaning the air. Homes don't have that. They should have that, but there is, special. You can buy special cleaners, air cleaners, in your house that will operate 24 hours a day, and static electricity and what have you will pull out the dust and other particles out of the air and put them in a filter. And then what you do is you take the filter and replace it and you throw the older one away. And there are people who make little boxes that have filters. There's 4 little filters there. And what they're doing is they have a fan on top of this stuff. And they're sucking air that's inside the building and blowing out basically filtered air out of the box. So you got a fan on top pushing the air into a box, and you get the filters around the box, and it's blowing out air. It was very interesting. A lot cheaper than the static air duct filters. And if you happen to have people here who have pollen, allergic, like springtime, or fall, yes, when it's really get bad. And these little boxes are beautiful because you're breathing in air from the outside. You open the door, it comes in through the bottom. Yes, and your furnace is on. That's sucking in air. And you've got air conditioning, that's sucking in air. So you basically are sucking a lot of air in from the outside, and that's pollution outside. And if it's springtime or fall time, you got all, and that's pollution too. So yes. And after the pandemic, people started doing a very close thing. You're sitting at home and you're sniffling because of the pollution. And you want to know why. Well, you got air pollution inside your house. It wasn't noticed before the pandemic because you didn't stay inside your house all the time. But now, during the pandemic, you stayed inside your house. And yes, that's reality. That's indoor air pollution. And there's been studies of this stuff, but during this pandemic, it really became pronounced. People sniffling inside their house is not from the COVID-19, but because pollen and pollution and all the stuff they generated. They're running across the carpet all day. You got dogs and cats, and and people say, well, there's got to do something about this. And somebody in California, hold it. Corsi Rosenthal Box. CORSI-Rosenthal, ROSENTHAL, makes a box. Okay, they said it costs $60. It's 4 specially designed filters, 4 boxes, and there's a fan on top. And it cleans your house. And it's a lot cheaper than the static through your air conditioning. And do I have one? Not yet. And I almost bet you can buy it on Amazon. If you can't buy it directly, I bet you can. If it's not on Amazon now, it will be. The old saying, Amazon, if they get enough requests for something, you can, pick it up through Amazon. Yes. And have I known about air pollution before? Yeah, I had air quality and environmental studies on this stuff, but it was air quality for CTA in Chicago, or office buildings air quality, right? Or actually the university's air quality. Yes, you could study it in the university in real settings. And did we ever think about home things? No, not really, unless you're allergic to your cat and dog. Okay, that's my little thing on indoor air quality. Oh, sneeze.